Good afternoon. My name is Walter O'Neill. I own the company Antiques Arena. I'm a UK reseller or antique dealer. I buy and sell antiques, collectibles, and hopefully flip them for a profit. Purpose of today's video is to share with you some of my finds from our local car boot sale, which is basically a flea market, if you like. People sell from the back of their car. And I've got a real nice, interesting mix for you today. Most of these items are already up on the website or in the shop and so on. So should we get started and show you my haul? This all come from the weekend's buying, and I've still got quite a bit left, including a jewelry haul to share with you in my next film. As a big update, for those of you who have shown a lot of interest in a massive tin glazed Majolica charger I purchased, we still up in the air whether it's Spanish Majolica or whether it's Italian. I'm still working on it. Still don't have an answer. Either way, it's going to be worth quite a bit of money. So we're going to start off today with one of these. It is a Schwinn Trike. It's a little farm fresh, a little rusty, and needs a bit of TLC. The backboard's a little gone, a little, and so forth. But we have a Schwinn Trike. So yeah, what can I say? But I didn't just buy one of these. The dealer turned up at the market and he had 3 of those trikes, 2 in red, 1 in white. And I asked him the price, and he turned around to me and said £20. I assumed he meant £20 each, but he didn't. He wanted £20 for the 3 of them. Needless to say, I phoned my father to bring his vehicle so I could get them home. £20 I paid for the 3. If you look online, they're actually asking anything from sort of £80 up to £150. Because of the condition of them, I've priced them all at £30 a piece across the board in the shop here. And they're actually sitting in the shop window. I've only put them in the window today, and I've only been open 2 hours. So 3 Schwinn Trikes, all beautiful little things. What can I say? 20 quid, less than £7 a trike for Schwinn. So that was spectacular. Next piece I'm going to share with you, to be honest with you, is probably a mistake on my behalf. But I have always said I've never hidden knowledge from you. I try and help you with the channel so you can go out and make your own money. So I'm not going to hide just because I have a little secret that earns me a lot of money. Here we have a small 6-inch miner's lamp. Now these are based on the original midget, but they are within the last 20 years. They're produced by Thomas & Williams, and they have the Thomas & Williams badge on the front there. And take note of this top. It's a very distinctive top. Now, if you buy a small miner's lamp, if it states midget on it, they're worth a lot of money. But if it's just a standard small miner's lamp, I'm just checking if I actually got one here to show you. I don't think I have. They're worth about £20, £25. This one here, I purchased for £30 at the car boot sale. And you're probably thinking, well, that's crazy. I've sold them in the past. And if you have, I can apologize now. But let me figure out how I screen share now, because it's been a while. Let's see, there we go, share screen. There. So you're now on screen share. Take a look at these. Here you have them. Small vintage Thomas & Williams lamp. £250 or best offer, sold price. These are sold prices, not asking prices. £230. £225. Every one of these is green and sold. Yes, there's a line through them, they've took an offer, but they haven't all taken offers. £225. £220. This one sold, no offer, £219. That's a standard size lamp. Look at the difference there. I don't know if you can, if I zoom in here. Take note at the top of the lamp. It's a clear indicator if you're unsure of what to look for. That is a really distinctive top on these small versions. And then we come down again, 195, 188. You can see it there up against a can of Coke. They're just the small 6-inch ones. And I buy these lamps, I'd say I buy 10 or 15 a year, between sort of 10 and 40 pounds. And there's another one there, 100, no it's not, that's not one, sorry. And there's another one there, 125 pound. I'm probably shooting myself in the foot, but the purpose of my channel is to help you be able to make money. These are a massive, massive income for me all year round. I buy these off trade, off dealers who buy them in or get them in on house clearance. They take one look at them, they think, well, okay, they're not that old, they were never underground, they're just a small miner's lamp, and they sell them for 10, 20 quid all the time. And as you can see, clearly, you can ask £200 for one of these lamps and wait for someone to come along and either hit buy it now or make you an offer. They're my massive, massive tip. And to be honest with you, it's a tip I probably shouldn't share, but that's not what my channel is all about. So if you've got one of these or you see them, buy them. They are my tip of the day. I bought a couple of figurines. Now, I don't buy a lot of mass-produced items, as you know, but if it's Coldport, Ladro, things like that, I will buy them. Now, bear in mind, every single one of these has come in their original box. I've purchased this one, which is original Ladro. There's a difference between Ladro and Neo. Neo is the cheaper version. So I believe you got students and then the qualified. So it's all the same company, but the students are the Neo. Once you qualified, you then move on to the Ladro. Now, this I absolutely love for no other reason than if you take a look at what she's doing, she's dialing a retro telephone. She's picked it up here and she's got the push button telephone there. I absolutely love it just for the telephone. But £5 it cost me for genuine Ladro. Now, there was a day Ladro and Neo are really, really pulling big money. That day is sadly gone, but there is still a following for them. This is the Neo by Ladro. So if you look here, it is Neo by Ladro. They're all handmade, hand painted. This is still a beautiful figurine. If you take a look there, it's got a little pearl on the umbrella. It's really nice, elegant figurine. You can see why there was such a following for these 20 years ago. People were going crazy for Ladro and Neo. And I must admit, I had a collection of stuff on the window and things, and it did look amazing. Again, £5. I know it's Neo this time, not Ladro, but for a £5, I couldn't really lose. Then I purchased some Coldport figurines. Again, every one of them boxed. Only 3, and then I'll show you some other stuff. These were all £5 each again. What it was house clearance gentleman, and he was pulling them out, and he wanted £8 and £10. I said, look, what's your trade price? He said, take them all, £5 each. I took them all. There's the Coldport stamp there. If you look at the bottom there, it'll tell you Coldport and the name of the figurine there. All these figurines are perfect. If they had any chips of any kind or defects, I would not touch them. And they are the larger version, not the small version. But for a £5 each, I couldn't leave them there. Because if I didn't want to put them online, I could put them in the shop here and they walk out the door, out of the shop. And this one is Regina, Coldport again. Everything you need to know on these is actually stamped on the underneath. So you just read what is underneath. If you want to know the value, just go to sold prices on eBay, type in the name, type in the make, as in Coldport, Ladro, Worcester, whatever, and then you got your price. So these were all £5 a piece, and this one is Flair. Looks like Flair. Never heard that name before, but hey ho. So yeah, they were a good little buy at a £5 each. Values, they so vary. You still get some that are worth £60–70, but more often than not, the average price now is between £20 and £30 for a Coldport figurine, a large one. But when you're buying them at £5 each, even if I filled them into a cabinet here in the shop, they'd go. No problem at all. Next, I had a graduated set of 5 tinned copper saucepans or measures. Now, you can see the state on the stuff. It's still stinking dirty, but I have not touched it yet. This is how it's come in, still covered in cobwebs. You've seen it as they've come in. Now, these are tin lined, so they were meant to be used. They're not just decorative pieces. And that's one of the ways you tell the difference between the modern reproductions and the older examples. The tin lining means they were meant for use, not just to hang on a wall and look pretty. They're copper, tinned, and brass handles. I paid £10 for the 5. I haven't been doing the dollar rate either. So they're about $15. The figurines were about $7.50 each. The miner's lamp, $45. The bikes were about $10–12 each. That's where we're at with that lot. Sorry about that. So yeah, to be honest with you, a graduated set like that should be £50 plus, $75 plus, no problem whatsoever. So you can see the good markup on these. They're nice. You can get sets of 10 or 15 and they really come out to a good size. But I'm over the moon with them. They really are something. Next piece I bought for the shop, it's stinking dirty, but I guarantee you once it cleans up, it is going to be spectacular. You got very pale pink or peach roses covered in clear crystal. Absolutely beautiful thing. I'm looking now, and I believe one of them may have been broken and reattached. But it cost me £2. That doesn't bother me at all because it's just going to go in the shop here and I'll just chuck £10 on it. So purchase $3, retail about $15 because of that condition. If you didn't have that, it'd have probably been double. But it's still a very pretty little thing. Once it's cleaned up in soapy water, that is so trivial that it's not going to bother anyone. You can't even see it. I only saw it now when I was filming it. I didn't see it when I purchased it. Goes to show sometimes you're moving so fast at the car boot sale that you can't always get everything right with condition. You can check it over as best you can, but you know what? Sometimes something just passes you by like that did there and I only just noticed it. However, for £2 or $3, that was still a beautiful, beautiful piece of crystal. Make, I don't know. It's not a signed example. But you can get big flowers like this in Swarovski crystal and things, and it's worth hundreds. So I always buy it, and people always seem to like it. Next we have, I don't know, what was it, 1920s, 1940s, inspection lamp. It's in bronze. It's a beautiful, beautiful lamp. Now it's got its original wiring with crocodile clips, so it's real old wiring. It's going to need a new bulb, but that's neither here nor there. But this is in bronze. But what they'll probably do, they'll do away with this wiring. They'll mount that onto something, and that'll be turned into probably a table lamp. But that's a really good looking inspection lamp. And that cost me £4 or about $6. That's all that cost. And to be honest with you, I really absolutely love it. You know, you could turn it into a little living room light as it is if you wanted, but it's going to turn into a desk lamp or something like that. It will in time, but it is in bronze. It's got a beautiful patina and color to it. You know, it's just a nice thing, and for the money, you know, I was happy with that. If I stick with bronze for a second, I had a pair of bronze candlesticks. Have I got a pair of brass ones handy? Yeah, bear with me. I want to show you the color difference between brass and bronze. That's the difference in color between brass and bronze. One is almost brown, the other one is a very goldy yellow. So we got a pair of very heavy, large turned bronze candlesticks. Looking at them, they look like a handmade nut. And it is turning. I would say they're very late 19th to early 20th century. But they got a lovely shape. I love this dip in the foot here. Nice stem. Another sconce up here. They're just a nice candlestick to go to. Good quality, solid bronze. And they were £10 sterling. $15, give or take. And I bought them off house clearance again. A lot of my stuff today come off house clearance. And they were happy to take a tenner from. And to be honest with you, good quality pair of candlesticks like that is 75 plus all day long, $100 all day long. And they're in lovely condition and they're already up on the website. Things like that, I'm really, really pleased to buy. Let's have a little bit of art a minute. This is, yet again, another bit of mining. Now, it's not that old. It's not dated. It is signed. Down here, I can't read the signature at the moment. I'm going to have a look at it. Now, it's local to me. It was framed in Blackwood, which is just up the road from myself. So that's where it was framed. So it wasn't framed too far away. Now, this is actually a colliery or coal mine, whichever you want to refer it to. But this one is up in Derry, which is about 10 or 15 miles up the road. So there's potential of somebody local have worked there. And if you look at the balance on the painting, you can see it's actually been quite nicely painted. It's not going to be a listed artist, but it is good enough quality to justify the money I've paid and what I'm going to ask. Now, this owes me £20 sterling, so about $28, $30. And this is an original work of art painting by somebody who obviously lives local to that Derry colliery. Either that or they found an old photograph of something of it and drew her off that. But either way, it's a real nice painting. And because I'm in a mining town, mining memorabilia appeals to me. These are a blast from the past. I haven't bought some of these in yonks. So we got... I'll show you them individually. These are all Silvac animals. They've all got numbers and everything stamped on the base and the maker and that. You can see it all there. It's all easy for you to identify. And you got the rabbit, little pooch. I'm not going to guess it. It's probably a terrier, but I did guess in the end. Then we have probably another terrier. He's got a bad paw, have he? Looks like he got his paw up. I don't know, not sure. And then we finally have cat and a dog and the hat. Now, there is a condition flaw with one of them there. You probably can't see it. It is literally about 3mm hairline. It looks like a crazian, but it does go all the way through. So there's definitely a hairline on that one, but it's literally about 2 or 3mm long. No chips or nothing. For the 4 of them, I paid £15, which is about $22. They're really nice. I've no idea what they're worth at the moment. They used to be a day, you know, you'd get £20, £30 each for those small animals and £35 for something like this, but them days are long gone. It's been a long time since I've had them, and I'm going to sell them as a job lot, as a group. However, they're still very collectible, and a quick search on eBay will reveal how much they're worth. And to be honest with you, I would still think they're worth a tenner a piece, $15 a piece. So you're still talking 40 sterling, $60. So yeah, the collectibles. Next piece I had is a nice bit of Italian pottery. Look at that stylized horse down there. Now, I'm not 100% yet on the maker. I haven't looked up. It looks like it's an FF monogram. It is stamped Italy. So we got a nice, large Italian jug. There's a jug. You can see the lip on the front there with a stylized horse. Now, he did charge me a $5 for this, or $7.50, but it is in very good condition, and this Italian stuff is seriously flying at the moment. So you'd be surprised once I find out exactly who the FF monogram is, track it down to the maker, then it's going to be quite a desirable piece. Once I do the research on it, it'll be up on the website, but not before. Give you an idea in just a moment how I have to buy stuff. I got a boxed set of crystal tumblers, York, CI York, I think might be the pattern. That's what it looks like, or C1 York. A quick check on replacements will tell me what it is, but it's a set of 6 rolled Alton, fine crystal, hand-cut tumblers. Now, just to give you an example of how I find stuff and have to work and clean it up. Look at the state of that. Stinking dirty. And more often than not, that is how we find stuff, and we have to clean it and hope it doesn't get damaged or anything. But yeah, these were £5 sterling, $7.50 for a set of 6 boxed crystal Dalton tumblers. So to be honest with you, they were a gift. Out of the box, I'd sell them a $5 a tumbler, $7.50 a tumbler. Box set like that, it's going to have a bit of a premium. And you never know, if it's a rare pattern, the pattern will determine the price. And the company I use to identify patterns is replacements.com, where you go to buy replacement crystal, replacement china if you've got one broken piece and you pay the earth to replace that one piece. But they've also got a massive list of all the different patterns, and you can actually view the patterns. So it's very good. In fact, I'll give you a quick glance at that now if I can. If I screen share again. Come over here. So just as an example here, Edinburgh Crystal Decanter as an example, and you can see it'll give you I've obviously been searching Edinburgh Crystal for it to come up with that, and it's giving you every different shape and pattern that they got. So if you just want to do Edinburgh Crystal, there you go. It'll come up on the screen, and you've got all the different patterns coming all the way down, telling you all the patterns. And you just literally scroll through them till you find the pattern you got. However, once you find the pattern you got, you can then search sold listings on that pattern and find out if it's a rare pattern or a common pattern. Okay, next piece. We have a beautiful English crystal cut glass pitcher or jug. Now, it's engraved with what looks to be like a wheat or barley here flower with the sprigs coming off it. It's got a pinched lip that's designed to catch the lemonade when you pour in it. And it is English hand-blown crystal, produced, if you can see it there, by Webb Corbett, or Webb of England. Could be Thomas Webb, could be Webb Corbett. I'll have to have a look. But either way is Webb. I think Thomas Webb and Webb Corbett are the same company, but the date will determine off the mark. Hand-blown, big, ground out and polished pontal, smooth again. A quality jug like that on a good website, should cost you about £75, $100. I paid £5 sterling, $7.50 for that. And it is a serious, heavy, beautiful looking pitcher or jug. You can see that pattern is beautiful. And honestly, this is seriously heavy. Bear with me, I'm going to grab a couple more pieces to share with you because it hasn't taken that long to get through them. Nothing else to get out. The jewellery video I'm going to do separate. However, I've got plenty more bits here that I've purchased, all from the same day buy-in, that I haven't shown you yet. This is a modern piece. It's not old by any means. However, it is model glass. It's a globe, and it is a light. It's a light fitting. You got the gallery and you got the globe in model glass. You see a lot of this stuff from the 30s, but this is in my opinion, it's a modern one. It could just be a replacement gallery, but in my opinion, it's a modern one. But if you went to a shop and bought that beautiful globe with the pink, the white, opaque glass, you'd be talking a lot of money. That cost me £2 sterling or $3. I can tell you now, I've bought these galleries for the Tiffany reproduction lamps, and the galleries on their own off eBay to buy a replacement reproduction gallery, £15, £20 on their own just for the galleries. Have a look, it's stupid money. And I bought them because I've had Tiffany lamps here that I've had to have the fittings for to sell, because people don't come in and just buy the lamp and find the fittings themselves, they just walk away. So you've got to pay the extra for the fittings, but that is a nice light. And that's going to go in the shop here. I have purchased a twist drawn trumpet drinking glass. Now this one has got a snapped and sharp pontil mark. So it's been hand blown and then snapped off the blowing rod. It has got the spiraling A twist in the center, and you can see this striations, which is basically all the swirls where the glass has been blown. However, normally I would date it, 1770, 1780, something like that. I don't believe off the color that this is that age. I think this is a 20th century copy, in my opinion. The foot just doesn't seem big enough. It doesn't seem conicaled enough, and the color of the glass is wrong. However, I'm not going to sell it until I've done a bit more research and just confirmed it. It cost me £1 or $1.50, so it doesn't matter how long it sits while I do a bit of research on there. At the end of the day, it is still a hand-blown 8 twist drawn trumpet glass, and it's a large one at about 8 to 10 inches tall. But the glass it's a soda glass because it's got a green hint or greeny yellow hint running through the glass. If it was English lead, it'd have blue running through the glass. But it come in at a price that I didn't care. Next, we have a little navy cap or sailor's cap, peak hat. So it is a Dramp line Imper C cap made in France. So it's French. It's actually stamped in there, everything I just said. And it comes with this enamel badge. No research done yet, so I can't tell you a lot about it. But what I can tell you about it is it cost me £4 sterling, about $6, which in all honesty, this little badge at the front is worth more than that. So it's a nice little cap, vintage cap, French obviously. So a bit of research needed on that. I've bought a carving set. So you got the knife and the fork for doing your carving. Now I couldn't see a hallmark when I purchased them, but I bought them quick at a boot sale. So I need to get an eyeglass on them and find out if they're hallmarked, and if they're not, acid test them, because they do look sterling silver handled. And this is the type of stuff that you'd have a sterling silver handle, and they do feel silver, to be honest with you. However, they could be silver plate, but they owe me £1 again, or $1.50 again, for a really nice carving set. Unfortunately not boxed. Not good enough for the internet unless I find a hallmark. But even in the shop, as a nice carving set for a tenner, $15, it's not a lot of money. This was nice. We have a signed bit of enamel. It's not cloisonne. If it was cloisonne, it'd have wires around doing the pattern and then they didn't fill it. So it's just enamel on metal. It is a signed example, as you can see down there. No research has been done on this plate at all. I got a researcher yet. What I can tell you is I paid £5 sterling or $7.50 purely based on the fact it's enamel on metal and it's signed. And a bit of research will tell me who it is and how much it's worth. But I love anything along that lines. Okay, so we got a really nice flow blue and white ginger jar, or let's just call it a vase and cover, whatever you want to call it. It's got a real nice pattern. It's good octagonal, hexagonal, yeah, hexagonal shape. 6-sided, not 8. Etura, is it? Or Victoria? I can't see without my eyeglass. It's Ironstone, Staffordshire, England, and there's the mark. Now this owes me a whole £2 sterling, $3 for a vase of that size and blue and white. It's just a decorative piece, real nice. I'll get the maker down, and you know, it's a good 10 to 1 on that minimum, maybe more. I like to do a bit of research on the stuff before I show you. However, I thought I'd just chuck it in since it was quite short. Now I've got a set of 6 of these. I'm not going to unwrap them all and waste your time, but there's a set of 6 of them. So we've got 6 tumblers. I have absolutely no idea if they're signed. I need an eyeglass. I didn't even look on the day because they come in for £1, $1.50 for the 6. I didn't see the point in looking for a signature at that money. They were still quality crystal cut glass tumblers. I can't see a signature on them. I'll have to get an eyeglass out and check. But look at that, the quality of those. Beautiful little tumblers, and I recently discovered I'd sold all the sets of tumblers I had on eBay. So, and they feel nice in the hand, to be honest with you. They're not a huge tumbler, but they feel nice. And for the money, they were for nothing. Let me see. Do you know, I think I'm going to leave it there. And all the jewellery and the other couple of pieces I'll put into another video another time. I wanted to try and keep it around a half hour. So, I don't know what you think. It's a nice little mix of items. All this and the last haul all come in on one day's buy-in. So to be honest though, it's been cracking. This heat wave is just bringing people out. Excuse me. And the stock is everywhere. I need a drink. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. And feel free to leave a comment and subscribe and share. Thanks, guys. Bye for now.